here we are back again, looking at the putting the 460 with the 6R80 into this 49 Ford F1. And last video, or the last installment of this long video, we had this engine being built. Well, the engine's all done. Got its big lumpy cam. We got the rear sump oil pan on it. It's assembled to the 6R80, and we've got cooler line modifications done. Basically, when you weren't looking, we fitted it all into the truck, and we did all the modifications we were talking about on the steering rack, the front cross member, the rear cross member, the firewall, and some of the steering. If you want to take a look at it, here's what we did to the rack. We had to drop the rack down and move it forward. So we moved it out 1.5 inches and down 1.5 inches, and that still keeps it up above the scrub line. And then this is for gusset, and we had to clearance the this area, and we dropped it down a little bit, and we had to do some clearancing here. It's pretty tight with the headers. It all fits in here with the headers, but it's really, really tight. So I've got this clearanced. Oop. Yeah, it goes like so. And of course that ends up being like something like that. And then here's some more of the modification we did. This is for the rear cross member for the transmission. And 6R80s are kind of cool. I've never seen this bolt set up on other transmissions, but it gave me a really good mounting spot. That's where that's going to go, using a Ford mount. And then we relocated and dropped the original cross member. So that all worked out really well. Oh, the other thing I didn't talk about was we had to clearance the firewall a little bit. These two bolts were sticking into the firewall, so I really hated to do it, but I had to cut into the finished firewall, and I was surprised. They really had a lot of Bondo on that firewall. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you what it looks like in the truck with just a snap of the fingers. Well, there it is. Snapped my fingers and it just jumped into the truck. So take a look at how the headers worked out nice. The plenty of clearance all the way around, and that was totally by accident. I didn't even plan it, and it worked out really well. And then the rack clears the bottom of the pan. That, even though it's a rear sump, it just barely clears the front now by about 1/2 inch. The steering shaft, that was kind of tough. I had to clearance the frame and the mount to get that in. It's actually kind of a tight, angle. I've got a double U-joint coming. I'm going to change this out and put in a double joint. And I just got it so it barely clears the firewall here. The radiator that was in this truck is going to be used for this 460. There. Clears nicely, and I've already trial fitted the serpentine belt setup, so that all clears. The only real problem with it is I've got to switch the inlet and outlet side. The 460 and the small block Chev motor have the inlets and outlets on opposite sides. The fuel line's got to be swapped side to side because they're opposite sides, and the 6R80 has the cooler lines coming out on the driver's side, so I got to swap the lines around too. Got a lot of line swapping to do. So there you have it, all modified, ready to bolt in. Before it's called finished though, I'll have that motor out another 3 times probably. We've got to finish cleaning up all the welds and painting that whole area before we put it back in for real. I think that's about it for this segment. Thanks for watching.